Okay, so good morning again. Thank you very much for coming to our study session on the laws of, on the descent of Elohim. And this is a quote from the preface. El Cantare, the God of the earth, descended to this world as Alpha over 300 million years ago and carried out his mission as a creator God. So if you look, if you watch the Laws of Universe Part 1, Part 1, the Age of Alpha, you saw the another aspect of Lord Alcantara as Alpha. He was a creator. And he went like, he decided for a second as Elohim, indicated good and evil, justice and mercy. So the Elohim we are studying is another aspect of Alcantara, which is about indicating good and evil, and justice and mercy. So today we are going to study about the mercy, justice and mercy. So this is a quote from the book, page 82. If you look at the, if you have a book, please open the book to page 82. And he said, Elohim said, in the battles between human beings, there will naturally be those who fight with the will of the God in mind, and those who fight for their own greed by ignoring God's will and trying to increase their followers. Even though they both fight and die, their destinations are different, of course. So sometimes we have conflicts, but there is a God's there is also the fight. People fight for the fight for God's justice. Another fight would be the war. People fight with their greed. So, but also after they die, they will be separated according to their content of their thoughts. And he said, there are times when people kill others, but sometimes they must or should do so to carry out justice. And sometimes they must not do so. There are both times. The case you are allowed to kill people is when they have formed an evil organization or repeatedly committing unjustifiable deeds. Those people must take responsibilities for their own behavior and be punished in this world. And one thing I have to say is that we are not recommending people to kill, but there's a God's justice. That there is a case we cannot help but to punish people if they are committing evil deeds. So there is a clear distinction about good and evil. And he said, it is too late if they come to understand good and evil only after returning to the other world. So they need to learn to discern good and evil while they are still alive. So yeah, of course, God's justice is revealed after we die, but also it needs to be manifest in this world as well. That is why judgment is necessary in this world. The judgment of this world means that leaders need to be strong, and there must be a system to punish those who break the law called social contract or the code of community life. So leaders should be strong to carry out the God's justice in this world. And he said, judgment or punishment manifests in this world by defeating the devils or executing the leaders of the devils. This was actually the origin of Satan or devils. So Elohim talk about the justice and also mercy in a sense today. So if you look at the modern society, Asia and also Philippines are in crisis right now because we have a big issue of coronavirus. And the coronavirus is a biological weapon from Chinese laboratory. And Chinese Communist Party is triggering the World War III to America, Europe, Brazil, India, Japan, and also Southeast Asia as well. So we have to be aware that World War III is already happening, triggered by China. And now we have an issue of economy. And also Master said in the laws of Messiah that we also have a new totalitarianism with a lockdown, media, and also AI system. So we have to be aware that God's justice needs to manifest it as well in modern society right now. So yeah. So we have so many issues, but today we are going to contemplate about justice. The first contemplation is contemplate God's will and see through leaders' selfish desires to increase their power. So that is good. So maybe some of you might think about Xi Jinping or your politicians who impose a lockdown or taxes to people. And another contemplation is contemplate the reason why leaders need to be strong, and there must be a system to punish those who break the laws or the code of community life. So what if we allow those who commit evil deeds to people to continue to do so? So we need to be aware. We have to stop the evil deeds if they are committing unjustified deeds right now. So today we are going to contemplate what we can do to stop the evil and promote goodness in this world. Thank you, Lord Elcantare, for preaching the spiritual passage from Lord Elohim. So how did you find that contemplation? Did you attain some kind of wisdom to discern what is good and what is evil? So good and evil, I mean, the difference, the distinction between good and evil comes from God's love. Yeah, God, I mean, Lord Elcantare loves us all, and He wants us to fulfill our life to the fullest as children of Buddha. So He wants us to enrich our soul by experiencing freedom and also different values, and also fulfilling the mission of light. So we have a big duties to fulfill our life. But if there is something, if there is something that block our way, he want us to he want to stop it. So if the one country wants to dominate your country, you have to stop it. And if the government want to restrict your freedom and also exploit your the result of your efforts by taxing and also lockdown, you have to speak up to be against the government too. So yeah, in this world is not completed yet. So that's why we have a duty and we have a mission to manifest God's justice, where every person on earth can fulfill their life to the fullest as the children of Buddha. So as we already learned that the Alpha creator, Alpha is a creator God, but Elohim is more like a God of love and justice. He was born 150 billion years ago. And Elohim and Alpha are a part of the core consciousness of Lord Elcantare. And now Lord Elcantare was born on Earth as Master Ryuho Okawa, the founder of Happy Science. Yes, so thank you very much for support. Thank you very much for coming. And I hope you will receive this book as soon as possible to gain more wisdom through studying and practicing it. So let me stop the recording.